Hello and thank you for joining us on Diaspora Connect, where we champion excellence by spotlighting the resilience of Nigerian citizens who are breaking barriers and making a difference the world over. We explore identity, origin, and diverse journeys of Nigerians in the diaspora. I am Abosede Adeniwadremi. Let's get the show started with Diaspora News. Nigeria's House of Representatives says it is committed to closer collaboration with Nigerians in the diaspora, describing them as crucial actors in the nation's development efforts. Its Committee on Diaspora launched the NIDRES application and website in its quest to address diaspora communication challenges.
The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, says over 17 million Nigerians are overseas. Nigerians in the diaspora continue to contribute to the nation's economy through economic, human capital, and socio-cultural channels, including sending billions of naira in remittances. It is in solving these critical challenges that the House, in its wisdom, launches the NIDRES application and website. The Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin, here represented, says the 10th House considers diaspora engagement as a national priority, one that must translate into structured policies that strengthen the nation's democracy and national unity.
The theme of this engagement aligns with the legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives, particularly its focus on inclusion, accountability, and economic reform.
The initiative is woven around policies, institutions, and technology to create a unified approach to diaspora governance, just as it hopes to align laws, government actions, and state-level efforts for better coordination on diaspora matters.
The initiative is all about bringing together policies, institutions, and technology to create a unified approach to diaspora governance. And here is what we hope to achieve: aligning laws, government actions, and state-level efforts for better coordination on diaspora matters, easier access to consular help, emergency aid, and welfare services for Nigerians living abroad.
NIDCOM appreciates the synergy between it and the House of Representatives, saying regular conversations will deepen diaspora engagement. It is confident that Nigerians outside the country and their contributions can no longer be ignored. The Commission has now opened a data portal which will make diaspora voting easier.
We have these conversations. How do we deepen governance of the diaspora? How do we engage the diaspora further? We expect all stakeholders to be part of this.
The forum serves as a good avenue for leading players to make meaningful suggestions on diaspora voting, legislative and executive partnership, among others. Joke Yadisa, TVC News, Abuja.
One thing we do at Diaspora Connect is to connect you to your roots. So let's check out these fun facts on our Did You Know segment. Some unique facts there. Now to our conversation today. My guest is Ajiboye Oyelami. He is a process technologist based in Wellingborough, Northamptonshire, in the United Kingdom. A graduate of the University of Ilorin, the bachelor's degree, and he's a holder of an MBA from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. He combines a strong technical background with creative experience. Before moving into industrial process management, Ajiboye worked as a TV content producer with Goldmine TV and remains active as a filmmaker and arts enthusiast, blending technology, storytelling, and cultural expression in his professional and creative pursuits. Ajiboye Oyelami, good to have you join us on Diaspora Connect.
Hi, good morning. Thank you
It's
for
really
having
good.
me.
Yeah, it's really good to connect with you. And I'm looking at that switch. It's just like from what I'm doing now. Well, this is presentation, but from production of what I'm doing to doing process technology management. How did you make that switch?
Wow, it was a situation I found myself when I moved over here about 2 years ago now. Um, Back home in Nigeria, I was into production, content creation. Then later, I moved into the energy sector, where I worked in one of the gencos in the country. Then moving over here, I found myself in operations again, and in the FCMG industry, food industry here, um, it's a little bit challenging switching, but as the word goes, Nigeria no dey carry last. Anywhere you find yourself, you make it home and you try and excel in anything you do.
I really can imagine. But that is the Niger spirit, and I'm glad to say that even at that, you are doing well for yourself. You are thriving. But that switch from the arts, like being in the arts now to the sciences, it's a really, really big deal. So talk to me about what peculiar challenges did you face, in your move to that place, and then especially also with getting involved with work and being stable, as it were.
Yeah. Initially, it wasn't all comfy. It wasn't all comfy because, there is this cultural switch. There's this cultural change, and let's not even talk about the weather. And you know, as a family-oriented person, it's a bit challenging. Also, I'll admit. But the good thing is, I also have my family here with me, so it was easy to navigate and switching into the new system and into the new environment. And with the workplace also, unfortunately for me, I was fortunate to work in a company where diversity thrives. There are a lot of fellow Nigerians, also there, Ghanaians, and also different colors and different types of people. So it was actually more like home away from home for me.
All right. And what has been your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration is it has always been putting family first. When I remember my name, you know, there's this saying that your name goes before anything. So I always remember where I came from, where I'm from. So it always keeps me going. And seeing Nigeria thriving despite every challenges, every circumstances we've all faced as a country and as a people, and we keep thriving. So there's nothing in this world too hard for you to give it a go.
I totally agree with you. And really for me, it's just that fact that Nigerians, wherever we find ourselves, we just make things happen regardless of the circumstances we are in. But based on your experiences with the work culture over there and what you experienced back home just before you left, what sorts of improvements do you think we can do to our academic system, our education system, such that we're able to really, do well in the future of work, because that obviously is shifting?
Yes. What I've seen so far, and from experience, though, not so much years though, just about 2 years here. But what I've seen so far is the system here believes more in your ability and what you're capable to do, and also the practicality of what you study. We have a very good education system in Nigeria, no doubt about that, because any institution you take your either first degree or second degree to here, it's accepted. But we need to localize um our research, our teachings, our methodology also. It should be more result oriented than more of the theoretical part. This is how it used to be, this is how this country developed. No. It should be about how it will develop our nation, how it will actually help our local community, our immediate environment. And that is what I've seen so far. That is a bit quite different, like a shift, a paradigm shift from what it was in Nigeria. Because, for example, you study, for example, me, I studied educational technology way back in uni. Then I moved into business management and also did some other certification courses. Then over here, my first degree doesn't even matter. It's all about what can you do? What ability do you have? Can you thrive? Can you be teachable? Can you learn on the job? Can you also do more trainings to develop yourself? If we can imbibe that also in our nation, because as it is, industrialization is the goal. So when more industry comes, it builds and trains more people. Then before you know it, we can compete with anywhere in the world.
So you think we need a curriculum rejig?
Yes, I believe that, and I think from the because I follow up on what's still going on in Nigeria, from what the Honorable Minister of Education is doing. I think he's shifting towards that direction also, from the primaries to the secondary and even our tertiary institutions and also our technical colleges, because people believe it's only the university education that's the best. No, we need technical people also. We need the bricklayers to be well trained. We need the tilers to be well trained. The plumber, the construction industry here is big and huge. It doesn't matter what university degree you have. There are so many certifications you still have to do. So many technical courses you still need to do to practice. So if we can get that right also with our curriculum in the country, I believe Nigeria is going to be one of the greatest countries in the world.
So it's high time we stopped paying attention only to university graduate, because all of these other courses and jobs and institutions that we seem to play down on, they are really the ones that are thriving overseas. I'm glad you have shared that, especially as your experience. But tell us now, based on your interaction with Nigerians over there, what sorts of contributions do you think Nigerians in the diaspora can actually make to improve the system back home?
Based, like you said, based on my interaction with, because we have a lot of, especially in Northamptonshire here, Wellingborough, Northampton, Corby, and the likes, we have lots of Nigerians here. And the major talking point has always been, how do we make it great back home? How do we contribute our own quotas? How do we do this and that? So I know a lot of people that still goes back home to give back to the community, they'll give back to the people, um, either by raising scholarships, and not even about that, even training, even giving a bit of exposure. There are many people setting up businesses back home and also training people. So and in what I see that's been challenging a lot for people is going back home and still seeing that not just the government, even our people, the attitude to work is a bit low in Nigeria, I must
When you
confess.
talk about attitude to work, what do you mean?
Yeah, what I mean is, we in diaspora, we can't be home all the time. We can't be there all the time. You put people in charge of things you do back home, and I've had a lot of stories about people putting people you trust or you believe you you can trust in charge of businesses, in charge of things, and in just 2, 3, 4 months down the line, everything is gone. And it discourages a lot of people. And that is not on government, that is on our people.
All right, then. So it's about the attitude to work. So people need to see other people's ventures or businesses as theirs. Once you agree to do the job, do it dutifully with the whole of your heart and your mind, and let there be results, isn't it?
I believe so, because if you're trusted if you're entrusted to undo something for someone, I should expect 100% loyalty and 100% responsibility also, because I believe that's the normal way it should be, but the reverse is the case, unfortunately.
All right, so we hope there would be a shift of mindset, a shift of attitude. So if you were to counsel a young Nigerian who is out there, you know, some young person like you who is hoping to make that switch, whether it's on a JACPA level, or who is simply seeking, you know, education out there, what would be your advice to them?
My advice will always be, it's not always greener out there. If you have something you're doing and it's making you good money, and it's making it, you're earning ends meet, you can stay with it. If you have the opportunity to move somewhere else, seek better opportunities, that's always fine. Because I know a lot of people also moving from the UK here to other countries, seeking better opportunities. But believing that once you move to the UK or to the US or Canada or anywhere, that automatically you'll be fine, you'll be doing fine and all that, it's not all that rules. It's not all that goody goody everywhere. Every nation, every country, every community have their own challenges, and I know a lot of people also here struggling to at least stand and to at least keep up with the societal's demands. So it's not always that rosy out there. If you have something going on for you, I have a lot of people in Nigeria that they're doing great and they're actually doing good for themselves. So it's not until you move out of the country that you can make it.
All right, so you can be home and still make it. But as I see your face, Mr. Oyelami, I strongly feel there are some Nigerian delicacies. There are some things that you are missing that you can't wait to see, you can't wait to have like on a regular basis. Tell me about them.
Eh, actually, there is no Nigerian food that I want to eat today that I can't have.
But you have to pay heavily.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. One has to go for one. One definitely. And even when you have to pay, oh, you have to. What I miss the most. There is one in particular. Catfish pepper soup. You know, the Nigerian catfish pepper soup is, we call it point and kill.
Yeah.
You point to it and you like, I want this one. This is the one I want. But over here, you get frozen catfish and all that. It's not that tasty like the ones we hear back home.
And then, of course, the spices might not be as well. But, you know, that's the reason we have African stores, right?
Yeah, exactly.
People.
But you still, you know, it still has to do with that. They have animal laws and all that. So to avoid animal cruelty or something like that. For example, I like what they call agimawo. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean by that. Yeah, exactly. Bile toko like agimawo. But over here, like before you get agimawo, like like, and even the beef doesn't taste like the cow we eat back home. It's all different, but we still have to just we can't complain.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I'm glad that from where you are also, you are making your own contribution in your own quota towards making Nigeria a better place. And I think that really is the big deal. And I must commend you and other Nigerians in the diaspora who are committed to this cause. Well done.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
All right, so it's been a pleasure speaking with you, Ajiboye Oyelami, especially hearing about you know, some of the things you've missed. I hope the next time you are back in Niger, that's catfish pepper soup That would be the first point you have to go. Madam, give me that one. Point and kill him.
Live point and if I have my way, I'll be coming almost every weekend to just have that.
All right, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Ajiboye Oyelami. Thank you very much for your time on Diaspora Connect.
Thank you for having me.
Well, what a conversation. Missing home every time, but from wherever they are, doing their bit to make Nigeria a better place. Next on the show is Culture Connects.
In Calabar, all 18 local government areas came together to showcase their heritage at the Cultural Carnival 2025 with vibrant dances, colorful costumes and music that tells the story of each community.
Culture is memory, culture is identity, and in Calabar, culture is life. Under the theme, Traces of Time, the Cultural Carnival reflects a people's journey, past, present, and future, told through culture. Since its introduction in the late 2000s, the Cultural Carnival has remained a key platform for cultural preservation, bringing together indigenous expressions from across the state and beyond. The Millennium Park became a melting pot of cultures as troops from all 18 local government areas of Cross River State and about 22 states across the country gathered for the celebration. The governor arrived to kick-start the event, represented by the deputy governor.
On behalf of His Excellency, Sweetest Governor of Cross River State, and to the glory of Almighty, we declare today's cultural open in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
With the flag off, performances intensified, signaling the official start of day filled with tradition, storytelling, and cultural pride. For participants, the Cultural Carnival remains a space where identity is preserved and heritage is passed.
So this is also one of those opportunities that will give to our people and encourage our people to please, as much as possible, retain the culture, speak about the culture, and also do our best to promote it and not allow it die a natural death.
It's getting bigger, and the impact is even visible to the blind. The turnout, you could see, has increased, and there's been a lot of costumes and cultural representation and traditional expositions.
This day means so much to me, especially the theme of this year's Cultural Carnival, Traces of Time. The theme has taken us back to our cultural heritage, how we began, the value we place on our cultural activities.
Tina Apeki, TVC News, Calabar.
As we wrap up the show today, remember that within you lies the power to make a difference. One step here today, another tomorrow, and you'll be on your way to making that huge impact that you so anticipate. Thank you very much for being a part of the show today. I'll see you again. I am Abosede Adenimadremi. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day.